After being narcissistically abused, absolutely, you feel like a wounded animal that's had to crawl into your cave and hide and lick your wounds. It's so traumatizing. You may feel like it's nearly impossible to get out of bed, let alone meet people and carry on in your normal life. And also too, you're going to be feeling very isolated and misunderstood. People aren't understanding what you're going through. Maybe you've left the narcissist and they just think, well, you should be able to get over it. But it isn't that at all. It's not that simple. How do you get past that feeling isolated, feeling misunderstood? And how do you get out and about to meet new people? I want to get into that today. But before I do, I just want to remind everybody that I am starting Thrive early May, and this is the first of a kind, most hands-on healing program that I've ever done with myself and my team, where we're going to be doing a lot of interactive stuff, massively powerful group quantum freedom healings, which I know a lot of you have loved in the lives. And we're also going to be doing deep workshopping into the reasons why you haven't been able to break free and thrive after narcissistic abuse yet. So check it out in the show notes. It's melanietoniaevans.com/thrive. Okay, so this isolated part. First of all, I just want you to give yourself a break. And I want you, if you are feeling this, to give yourself a big hug. And I want you to say to yourself this mantra, which is, inner being, I am here for you now. I'm going to turn inwards to help you heal with everything that I've got. I love you. I'm here. And I am never leaving you again. You may want to write it down, and you might want to repeat it several times a day. And when you're saying it to yourself, close your eyes and even hug yourself and hold yourself and really direct that inwards. And I promise you, you're going to start feeling some relief and even some warmth of love, because the thing is, your inner being and all of the trauma and all of the triggering and everything that you're going through, all of the aftershock that you're feeling, your inner being is calling out for you. It's calling out for you. So in many ways, this isolation is by soul design, and many of us, including myself, were always busy and out of focus, and we were looking after dotting the I's and crossing the T's and being really good citizens and looking after other people and working really hard and doing all the right things. We were really good to life and other people, but were we necessarily good to ourselves? And what we discover in narcissistic abuse recovery is that the experience that we've been having with a false self outside of ourselves is often a deep representative, albeit unconsciously. We didn't know any better, and it was our normal. It's really showing us that we've been disconnected with ourselves. We've been disconnected with the ability to listen to our intuition and trust and back it and show up authentically and powerfully and lay boundaries. And we've lost, or maybe we never developed the ability to be able to turn inwards and self-soothe and fully be with ourselves and be able to resolve our traumas and up-level them and heal them. And we haven't been able to be a source to ourselves. So initially, when you're in isolation, turning inwards to be with yourself can feel like a horrible battlefield. And we do. In the anxiety, we do want to grab out of things. But this we need to understand about quantum law. So within, so without. If we're feeling broken on the inside, the choices that we will make on the outside are usually going to match how we're feeling on the inside. Broken, devastated, betrayed, traumatized. So we can go for things like unhealthy people and, substances or pastimes to try to numb out the painful feelings with other painful activities, such as drinking or eating the wrong food or, taking toxic substances or gambling or having sex with people that are unavailable and unloving and all sorts of other things that we can do. So there is absolutely a necessity to get our relationship right with ourselves. So in that isolation, what I love about Thriver Healing is it is such a powerful opportunity to turn inwards and make life and relationship right with ourselves once and for all. And not only is that the necessary evolvement and the graduation out of these painful patterns and to get our breakdown to a beautiful breakthrough, it also means that we're not going to be lonely and alone. We're going to create and generate the most important relationship in our entire life, which is the one that we get right with ourselves, so that never again will we be going empty and be needy on outside forces. So the isolation is an incredible time to reach out and get involved in the right healing practices. And something like Thrive, where you have an incredible community and my whole team and myself with you, walking you through this to get your focus off the narcissist, turn inwards and heal and release your trauma and your aftershock and your PTSD and depression and anxiety and all of those things, to emerge as a different self, a real self, a true self, where you do have control and power over your life, and no longer are you feeling those energetic psychic cords to the narcissist, which are literally toxifying you, and they feel like they're eating you alive. It's by turning inwards with the right quantum inner work that you release yourself from all of that. And a lot of people in your life aren't going to get it. I really want you to know that. They're not going to get it, because unless you've been through the psychic phenomena and the psychic infiltration and the psychic disintegration of narcissistic abuse, which is, akin to Harry Potter and Dementors. It's crazy. You couldn't even begin to understand what it feels like. So there's another really powerful reason why your alone time and your isolation, when you're healing the right way, is so powerful, because you're losing that obsession and that connection for somebody else to fix you. You're actually making it good with yourself. And then when you do, and you get your resolution, your ascension, your graduation, your healing, your completion of you to the next level of your ability to be a source of love, approval, survival, and security to yourself, regardless of what anybody else is or isn't doing, which is true freedom and true power, then it's actually not going to matter who gets you and who doesn't. Yet ironically, that's when so many people will get you, and they will naturally gravitate to you, turn to you, and be open to hearing your story. And by that stage, your story is not whiny and victimized and, off-putting and toxic to people. It's really empowering, it's fascinating, and it's attractive. People want to know, and they're inspired by your story. So this is the thing. As children, absolutely, we needed somebody outside of us to help grant us ourselves. We really did. And sadly, for many people who've suffered narcissistic abuse, they didn't have available role models with capacity to be able to grant you what you needed to grow into a source of love, approval, survival, and security to yourself. So many of us have been wounded children in adult bodies. But as adults, We have got the ability to heal that and release the trauma of our young and previous and genetic wounds that we also acquired from our ancestors, their trauma that we took on as well, that we were born with and set us up for the same patterns and the same cycles. We can release and reprogram all of that stuff, which is what quantum freedom healing does so powerfully. That's what my work is about. And then we can grow up to be that organic source self, true self adult in our own body, which means that we're no longer needy and nothing's missing. And it's then that 100% you can start creating new relationships in your life. You're going to attract them organically. And you can take your time. You can listen to your intuition. You can show up. You can have boundaries. You're past the fear of crap, criticism, rejection, abandonment, punishment for being yourself. You will never, ever dim your light or twist yourself into a pretzel to try to keep somebody else happy to get love, approval, survival, and security. Rather, you're going to be an authentic being. And when you're an authentic being, you will easily flush out those who are a false self. They're not a match for you. And you won't participate with them. You won't be needy enough to try to fix them, change them, or put up with them to have some company. You already are an amazing company with yourself. And also too, in this community, you know, we have networks of people that have connected together as thrivers who get it, who get this journey and are authentic and honest and empowering and solution building and so dedicated to personal growth and expansion to be the best that they can be after narcissistic abuse. You know, that's what you're going to start growing into and experiencing. So again, let's go back to, I want you to give yourself a break. What you're experiencing is very real. It's a breakdown on the most incredible inner being level that you could ever imagine. That's what narcissistic abuse is. And when you let go and you isolate, and of course in it you feel very isolated as well. And even if you haven't let go properly yet, or if you are even struggling to do that, you can still start healing and empowering and getting yourself to the level where you can. But I want you to know again that mantra is, inner being, I'm here for you. I am going to help you heal with everything I have. I love you and I'm never leaving you again. And when we turn inwards and we set that intention and we mean it and we say it, it starts a process of you coming home to yourself. Nobody else can do that for you. Nobody and nothing else. This is between you, yourself, and Source. And that can start a journey which is incredibly powerful to put this all back together in the right way. So I hope what I've said today has made a lot of sense. I'd love you to check out Thrive, because this program for 10 weeks is specifically designed to hold you by the hand and the heart and help you. We're going to wrap, my team and myself, we're going to wrap our angel wings around you to help hold you in this incredible breakthrough journey to your true self and your true life, until you can spread your wings and do it yourself. So again, Thrive, check it out. We do have a lot of spaces that are booked. There are some left. Have a look at it at melanietoniaevans.com/thrive. And I would love and be absolutely honored and blessed to be able to help you in that 10-week program and everything that we're going to do in there together. So I hope this has made sense to you. I'm looking forward to your comments and your questions below. And I want you to give you hope that you can make this right with you, and then The world is your oyster, but this always needed to happen. Lots of love. Bye-bye.